other crosses. The first one is test cross. Right. What is called test cross? Then what are the purpose of test cross are conducted by Mendel? Test cross nothing but F1 hybrid is crossed with recessive parent. Recessive parent. These are the test cross. Remember, F1 hybrid. We know that Mendel F1 hybrid is called capital T small t. All are dominant. Heterozygous dominant. The F1 hybrid is crossed with a recessive parent. These are called test cross. Then why should Mendel conducted test cross? See, if you look at the Punnett square, we can easily calculate the phenotypic ratio. We can easily calculate it. 1 and 2, 1 is 2 is 1, 3 is 1, we can easily calculate it. But if you took genotypic of the dominant characters, we can't predict the genotype of the dominant. See, in F2 generation, remember, in F2 generation, Mendel obtained capital T, small t, then small t. Mendel obtained. But these are dominant. Capital T, also they responsible for controlling dominant character, tall. Capital T, small t also controlling tall. But recessive no problem, only recessive small t to control recessive character. But if you take the dominant characters of the tall, we can't predict the genotype. Because the dominant characters of tall is controlled by two different types of genotype. We can't predict. So, to determine the genotype of the dominant character, remember, to determine the genotype of the dominant character, Mendel crossed F2 hybrids, actually F2 hybrids of tall plant crossed with recessive. The F2, these are both are tall, crossed with a recessive, so we can easily predict what the genotype of the dominant characters. Flower color. In flower color, violet is dominant over the white. Yes. So this is the flower color. This is the flower. What is the flower actually? Dominant. The dominant phenotype. If you take this flower actually here, the dominant phenotype actually is a violet. But we can easily identify phenotypic characteristics because it's a violet color. It's a violet. But there is no genotype. We can't easily, because it's a dominant is controlled by two types of genotypes are controlled. There is an unknowing genotype. Unknowing genotype. In dominant phenotype actually controlled by two genotypes. Violet dominant characters either capital W or capital W small w. These are the two genotypes which are responsible for controlling the dominant, violet. But we can't predict what is the genotype of this dominant phenotype. That is why Mendel crossed the F2 of these two plus F2 of the dominant characters plus crossed with the recessive parent. So it produced two types of gamete. One is a capital W, another one is a capital W. Capital W and crossed with a recessive, homozygous recessive parent. What is homozygous recessive parent? White. White is controlled by the alleles. small w, it produces, it gets segregated to different gamete, small w, isn't it? So if cross this one, capital W, small w, capital W, small w, here also capital W, small w, capital W and small w. So capital W, capital, actually it is a violet flower. Violet, it is also violet, and here also violet, it is also violet. So all are violet flowers. So all the flowers are dominant characters, violet dominant characters only expressed. So we can easily predict what the genotype of this annoying flower actually. It is a homozygous dominant. So the unknown genotype actually, it is a capital W is nothing but a homozygous dominant. We can easily predict that as a result of this classes, we can predict then what the type of unknowing of this genotype. It is a homozygous dominant. Now another class actually, similarly, it is also produced two types of gamete, capital W and small w. It is crossed with a homozygous recessive parent, white flower. It is controlled by small w. It produces two types of gamete, small w, and here capital W, small w. So here capital W, small w, here capital W and small w, where here a small w and small w. Here also small w and small w. So phenotypically capital W, it is a violet flower. It is also violet. But the small recessive, these are the white flower. White, it is also white flower. As a result, the obtained 50% of the violet flower dominant characters expressed, another 50% actually recessive characters also expressed. So from that result we can conclude what is the genotype of the unknowing flower, because both the characters are expressed. Unknowing actually is definitely heterozygous dominant. No doubt at all. This unknown, actually unknowing flower, capital the unknowing genotype, for the genotype actually, capital W and small w is nothing but heterozygous dominant. But here is a homozygous dominant, it is a heterozygous dominant. See, remember, what is the purpose of this test class conducted by Mendel? We can't easily predict the genotype of the dominant characters, because the dominant or tall, if take the violet flower, it is controlled by two types of genotype. This violet flower is controlled by capital W also control violet, and capital W, small w also control. We can't easily predict. For the purpose to determine the genotype of the F2 of the violet flower, Mendel conducted F2 of the violet flower crossed with the recessive parent, both the recessive parent, we can easily find out. These are the test class. But remember, what's called test class generally, F1 hybrid is crossed with the recessive parent. These are recessive, these are the recessive parent. These are the F1. F1 or sorry, it's a F2. F1 is only for heterozygous. The F2 obtain both the heterozygous homozygous. So generally actually, what is the meaning? F2 is crossed. F2 is crossed with the recessive parent. That is called test cross. In another cross, that is called back cross. And what is called back cross? F1 is crossed with the F1 heterozygous crossed with one of its parent. Either dominant or recessive. One of its parent. If F1 is crossed with dominant parent. Dominant parent. These are called outcross. Outcross. See what's called backcross. What the purpose of backcross? Backcross actually F1 is crossed with one of its parent. The parent actually may be dominant or recessive. One of parent. If F1 is crossed with the dominant parent, take for example of monoid cross, Mendel monoid cross, F1 is a capital T small t. F1 crossed with the dominant capital T capital T. These are called backcross. What is the purpose of backcross? Actually, it is economically useful. That is useful for breeding of only dominant characters are expressed. See, the dominant characters are useful in the breeding experiment. So, in economic point of view, it is a useful backcross. Let's take an example. In monoid F1, that is a heterozygous tall crossed with the homozygous tall. Heterozygous tall, homozygous tall. Mendel F1. These are the parental generation. F1 tall. It is also tall, but actually it is a heterozygous tall. Capital T small t crossed with the homozygous tall. Capital T capital T. It is a homozygous pure state. The heterozygous. So here there are two types of gamete. Capital T small t. Here capital T capital T. If you plot the Punnett square, capital T male, capital T capital T, here capital T small t. We cross with the capital T capital T capital T capital T. Here capital T small t capital T small t. But it is also tall, it is also tall, it is also tall, here also tall. 100% in the F2 generation, 100% actually it is a tall plant. Phenotypically, in phenotypically 100% tall, but actually genotype actually capital T and capital T small t also. In capital T too tall, capital T small t also too tall. Then what is the ratio? Ratio 1:1. So what is the purpose of, once again I would remember backcross actually. In the F1 type it is crossed with the dominant parent. All the F2 offsprings are appears only dominant characters. This is economical to value. Only dominant characters are expressed. That is useful in the breeding experiment. Backcross. The next, dihybrid cross. So monohybrid cross over. Some exceptions also, law of dominance also over. The second cross performed by Mendel is a dihybrid cross. And what's called dihybrid cross? A cross that made between two pair of contrasting characters is called dihybrid cross. In monohybrid cross, Mendel selected only one pair of contrasting characters, nothing but stem height. In stem height actually, there are two opposite characters, tall and dwarf. But here in dihybrid cross, Mendel selected actually two pair of contrasting characters. Mendel selected. There are two pair of contrasting characters. One is seed shape. Second one is seed color. The seed color are also cotyledon color. Seed color also called cotyledon colors. Seed shape, round, is dominant over the wrinkled. Seed color, yellow is dominant over the green. That's all. So he took two pair of contrasting characters. Mendel selected seed shape, round and wrinkled, round shape with wrinkled shape of the seed color is dominant over the seed shape. It's dominant over the seed color yellow and green. So two pair of contrasting characters. The parental characters or parental generation round with wrinkled, round with yellow, the dominant. These are dominant. These two are actually recessive. Mendel crossed actually round shaped seed with yellow color seeds crossed with the wrinkled shaped seeds with the green color seed. So these are the dihybrid parental combinations. But round is a dominant. Mendel represented round is controlled by capital R. Yellow is a dominant. Capital Y. It is a recessive characters. Small r, small y. At the time of gamete formation, half of the number of chromosomes are reduced from their parent. These are called reduction divisions. These are homozygous. Among these two, only one allele gets segregated. Here capital R, here capital Y. These are the law of segregation. The law of segregation, it is explained both monohybrid and dihybrid. Okay, wow. Next, here also homozygous small r and small y. Both gametes are fused together by the process called fertilization to form zygote capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. These are the first filial generation. Mendel obtained all the F1 offsprings, actually their capital letters are expressed. The capital R, they are responsible for controlling round. So round shaped, here capital Y also expressed, yellow seeds. So here proved a law of dominance. Among the two parental characters, only one parental characters are expressed in the F1 generation. These are called law of dominance. These are called dominant characters. So Mendel obtained all the F1 offsprings in dihybrid because all are round and yellow shaped seeds. Round shaped and yellow color seeds are obtained. But he obtained F2 generations. F2 by selfing of F1. You know what the F1 actually? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, crossed with a capital R, capital Y, small y. Okay. So here, how many type of gametes are possible? These are questions. 4 type of gametes are possible. This capital R, they go on fused with the capital Y and small y. These small r, they are go on fused with the capital Y and small y. Similarly, this is also. So, if take for easy, better to understand how to take the gametes actually. This capital R and small r, these are called fourth method. This capital R fused with the both capital Y and small y. This small r also fused with the both capital Y and small y. So here capital R, capital Y, here also capital R, small y, here small r, capital Y, here small r, small y. So there are the 4 different type of gametes are formed. Each pair of alleles, they get segregated from with the other pairs. These are called law of independent assortment. It's a term law. What is called law of independent assortment? During the time of gamete formation, each pair of characters they get segregated from each other with the other pair, independent of the other pairs. Each pair of characters are independent with the other pair. They get segregated. These are called law of independent assortment. The law of independent assortment we explain Mendel's dihybrid cross. Next, if you plot these four gametes in the checkerboard, if you plot these gametes by using checkerboard, there are four types of gametes. So four types of gametes fused with the four types of gametes actually there are 16 zygote is formed. One, two, three, four. Right. Checkerboard, male gamete, female. Male gamete placed on the horizontal position and the female gamete are placed on the vertical positions. The four types of gamete: capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. The same again: capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. If you fuse this here, the first gametes are fused together to form the zygote. Capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. The next here capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. Here capital R, small y, small y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small y, small y. The next here is here capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Here small r, capital Y, capital Y. Here small r, capital Y, small y. Then here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Then here capital R, small y, small y. Here capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Here small r, small y, small y. These are the genotype. Take the phenotype: capital R, round and yellow. Here round, capital Y, yellow. Here also round and yellow. Phenotype round and yellow. Take this one, round and yellow. Here round, small y. Actually small y they are responsible for controlling green. Small y. So round and green. Here also round and yellow. Capital Y, yellow. Here also round and small y, green. Green. Here round, capital R, round and yellow. Here also round and yellow. Here, smaller response for wrinkled. So wrinkled, capital Y, yellow. Here, smaller, wrinkled, capital Y, yellow. Here, round and yellow. Here also round, small y, green, round and green, Then smaller, wrinkled, capital Y, yellow. Both are recessive characters, wrinkled and green. So these are the parental combinations. So among the 16 zygote, how many round and yellow is formed? Then round and green, then wrinkled and yellow, then wrinkled and green. See, these two are parental combination. Round yellow crossed with wrinkled green. These are the parental combinations. Okay, round yellow, if you calculate this round yellow, yes, these are called round yellow. Totally 9. 9 offsprings are round and yellow. This round green, 3. Round green, 1, 2, 3. Round green are 3. Wrinkled yellow, 1, 2, 3. 3. And only one recessive character, wrinkled green, only one. So what the ratio? 9:3:3:1. These are the phenotypic ratio in the F2 generations. Then what is the genotypic ratio? In genotypic ratio, we can easily calculate it. In Mendel's monohybrid cross genotype ratio is 1:2:1. In dihybrid cross whole spike. I mean 1:2:1 cross with 1:2:1. So if take this cross 1:2:1, then 2:4:2, then 1:2:1. These are the dihybrid genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio. I mean, at the end actually, the parental combinations usually, another parental combination, 9 plus 1, these are the parental combinations. 9 round yellow, only one wrinkled green. So 9 plus 1, 10. Then what is the recombination? Recombination are also called new combinations. 3 plus 3. What are the new combination? Round green and wrinkled yellow is also formed. 3 plus 3, 6. So what the ratio? 5:3. The 5:3 in the dihybrid cross actually 5 is the parental combination, 3 is the new combination. Okay, so I mean 62.8%, 37.2%. That's 62.8%. These are the parental combination, and 37.2% is recombinations. And if you take the test class, dihybrid test class, So already we know that what's called test cross. F1 is crossed with the recessive parent. These are called test cross. I mean monohybrid test cross. In monohybrid test cross, F1 hybrid capital T small t crossed with small t. That's a monohybrid cross, test cross. Then dihybrid test cross. F1 crossed with the double recessive parent. Double recessive parent. We know that what is F1 actually? These are F1. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. F1 crossed with a double recessive parent. Small r, small y, small y. So here F1 parent in F1 actually capital R, capital Y, small y. Then crossed with a double recessive parent, small r, small y, small y. These are the parent. So what is called dihybrid test cross? F1 is crossed with a double recessive parent. So we know that here there are 4 types of gametes are possible. Four types of gametes are possible here. What are the 4 types? Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Crossed with a double recessive parent. Here both are recessive. Only one is formed small r, small y. Small r, small y. So if we cross this here, this the capital R, capital Y crossed with the small r, small y. Capital R, capital Y, small y. Next this one, capital R, small y, small y. Here next is small r, capital Y, small y. Next is small r, small y, small y. If you take the example, capital R is a round C, capital Y is a yellow. And here capital R round, small y, actually is a green C. And a small r actually it's a wrinkled C. Wrinkled C with a small y, capital Y, that is a yellow. Capital Y, yellow. A small r, wrinkled with the green. In the ratio actually, what the ratio? 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 is to 1 is to 1. So these are the dihybrid test cross ratio. Mendel obtained 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. These are the dihybrid test cross ratios. Because it is useful in the certain exception cases in the chromosomal basis of inheritance. Tomorrow we are going to discuss the second chapters. So dihybrid crossover. A dihybrid phenotypic ratio actually is a dihybrid cross ratio 9 is to 3 is 3 is to 1. And dihybrid genotype ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1, 2 is to 4 is to 2, then 1 is to 2 is to 1. It is a dihybrid test cross ratio 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. I mean, the 4 pairs of gametes are they segregated from each other. So during gamete formation, the 2 pair of alleles are segregated, separated, independent of the other pairs. These are called law of independent assortment. So to prove the law of independent assortment by conducting dihybrid test cross. So dihybrid test cross ratio 1 is 1 is 1 is 1.